Good morning. Today I'm going to work in an area that I pretty much neglect most of the time. It's an area behind me here between the very shade area and the orchard, and I don't know why I neglect it. I just kind of walk past it every day and ignore it. But I have a few plants that I'm going to pop in here, and then I'm also going to, if I have energy, set up an arbor for a native blackberry we have here that kind of goes wild, but it's a wonderful tasting blackberry, so we want to have a way to support it so that it doesn't, sprawl all over the ground, and we can harvest it and eat it next spring. So I'm going to go gather the plants and get ready to get started. So I got everything up here, and this is the area. I don't know why I've really done nothing here. There is a rock rose. This is a white rock rose here. Behind it is a 4 o'clock flower. That's a volunteer, it just keeps coming back. And the flowers open in the evening. It's a bright magenta. And then over here is the wild blueberry. Wild blackberry. And I tried to kind of put these tomato cages here to create kind of a wall of it, and I'm going to abandon those and put an arbor over this area here. The fruit trees are starting to lose their leaves, so it's starting to look kind of bad here. But the plants I've brought up here to put in don't look great. One of them is a Monsieur Jules Ellie double peony, and it's past its prime, obviously. Got that on sale. And then this is another one I'm going to put in here. It's a violet uprising Manchurian lilac, so it's a violet color, light lilac kind of a color. Let's see, 4 to 6 feet tall, 4 to 5 feet wide. So this white rock rose will also get, it can get 5 to 6 feet tall. So I'm going to put in the purple here, and then the peony more in front. And then I started these from seed. So I started these from seed. They're an Maverick apple blossom geranium, and I haven't figured out where I want to put them, but I could use a low front border here. This is where the orchard starts, and everything's pinks, purples, yellows, whites. There's one random red canna. I don't know, it was a volunteer, but I can see it blooming right now. I'm gonna have to move that one, but everything else in here is shades of pinks and yellows and purples and lilacs. And it's been a really great year for the lavender, which I have in here. The dahlias are doing really well. There's a hydrangea back in there. The cosmos did great this year. But the other thing I have in here are berries. So this is these ones are a fall gold raspberry. And I think I need to fertilize them more this upcoming year, and probably just cut them all back down to the ground and give them some more fertilization. But they are trying to spread themselves everywhere, as they will do. And then over there I have red raspberries, and they're doing pretty well. It's time to come in and cut out the older canes. So what I do is, so this is one that's going to fruit this year. So you come in after it's all done fruiting, and you cut it back quite a bit, just past the fruiting. And this lower bit will fruit the next year early. So I had early fruit on these canes that were last year's new canes last year. So I need to come in and just cut these completely out. And that'll thin this out and make it look a little better. And the fruit will be happier. As you can see, it's starting to form new fruit right now. We've been eating them. There's been a few this year, this fall rather. But that's kind of how you can get to, here's an example of another one. So I came in after this one fruited way out here, cut that off, and then this fruited this year. So I try to get 2 sets of fruit out of each cane. So here's one. There's one. Here's the one that's red. So we're starting to eat them because they're coming back. But the first order of business, I'm gonna try. I hope my pull chainsaw works. I need to work on this tree. I kept hoping it would come back, but that area is just dead, and it's not going to come back. It's been a couple years, and I've toyed with hanging things in it like epiphytes or flower baskets or something, maybe even ferns. But the ferns really, you know, staghorn ferns, they actually belong on the inside of that area. So I'm gonna first try the pole chainsaw, see if I can get it to work. Well, I threw my chain. So I have taken the battery out because that's the smart thing to do. Let's see if I can get this back on. This piece comes off, I think, right? Or at least it disappears in some way. Ah, there we go. So the chain has to be around that cog in the back there, and into the saw. Okay. Hopefully that's it. Right through here is where I want to put that arbor that's going to have the blackberry, the native blackberry on it. This is the blackberry. It's coming over the path too much. Well, it's day 2. I got this up the other day. I think that was 2 days ago now, and then I had to take a little bit of a break, but I got it up. So that's really cool. And this side is where the blackberries are rooted, where they start. So I've kind of pulled them up over at least the bottom rung here, and just keep training them up over this arch as time goes, and we will have a blackberry tunnel before too long. There's, you know, the fruit trees are kind of sticking into it, which is fine. There's a peach here that kind of happens right in it, and the plums, but you know, it's fine. Doesn't really matter. It's a fruit tunnel, so may as well have a couple different kinds of fruit. So now I'm going to get to planting this other area over here. And I did bring one more type of plant up. It's a Nepeta. It's called Nepeta tuberosa, and it has a purple flower. Doesn't look like much right now. I got it from Annie's Annuals. 2 feet high and wide, purple blooms, drought and deer tolerant. So it's a Nepeta, so that's a catmint relative. But I just thought I'd toss that in here. I have some of it behind me here as well. So echoing both sides of the path I thought would be good. Okay, I'm gonna get to planting. So these geraniums, these are a Maverick apple blossom geranium, and geraniums do really well here, and they can get up to 3 feet tall. So I think I can put them quite far back in this area. I have 6. These were very easy to grow from seed if you want something very easy. So I'm gonna go far back in there and just dot them forward. You can't see, it's right there, the peony. It will spring back to life in the spring, but for now it looks like nothing. But I'm gonna leave the leaves on it so that I know it's there and I don't try to plant something else on top of it. Okay, and then I have the 2 Nepetas. Got the, starting here where that's the pile of wood I cut off. Eventually I'll finish it all down around this side and meet up with, there's a geranium down in there that's kind of a pinky purple, so they'll overlap a little bit here. But for now, this will suffice to here. I'm gonna run some irrigation to it and then I'm done for the day. Okay, I'm gonna go inside and get out of the sun. It's there's a dangerous heat wave coming through right now. We for us that means 86 to 85, 86 degrees. A few miles away it's going to be 100, but we're right on the coast, so we get a lot of fog and coastal influence, but still it's hot for us because it's so humid. It's so humid. So I'm gonna go in and get out of the sun before it, you know, really starts making an impact. Thank you for joining me. I am slowly checking things off my list that I have got to do before my next knee surgery. So only have a couple more weeks and then I will be laid up again for 6 weeks. So just glad to be able, not sick, be able to get out here and do a little bit at a time. Thank you for joining me. I'll catch up with you next time. Bye-bye.